Hello dears. Come with me, let's learn how to make this halter neck flay gown using the slash and spread method. I used 2.5 yards of fabric to make this for myself. If you're on a plus size, then you're going to be needing about 3 yards of fabric to make this for yourself. You can wear this gown like this without the belt or with the belt. And this tutorial is super beginner friendly. So even if you started sewing like a month ago, using this method, you should be able to make this gown for yourself as it is very easy. Guys, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I post a new video. In this channel, I share sewing tutorials and tips that you are going to like. So these are all that I'm going to be needing: my fabric, my curve, my master plan, my scissors, my tape, my marker, of course, and my paper. Okay. So here we're going to, these are the measurements that I'm going to be needing to make this gown. So you just need few measurements: the length of your gown. Mine is 38 inches. Your bust measurement. Mine is 35 inches. And then you need your shoulder measurement, and mine is 14 inches. Another measurement I forgot to put down here that you'll be needing is your bust span measurement. That's your nipple to nipple measurement, because that's the measurement you'll be using for the slash and the spread. Okay. So now let's go ahead and start marking. So for the length of my gown, this has like a two lengths. Do you get the upper one and then the pleat? So for the pleat, I used 6 inches for my pleat. So what I'm going to do is minus 6 inches from 38 inches. So what I'm marking down here is 32 inches for the gown itself, and the pleat is going to be 6 inches. Please don't get confused. So then I'm going to be marking this into a straight line, and I'm going to go ahead and start to draft the upper part of this gown. Next, I'm going to be inserting, like marking my shoulder. That's 14 divided by 2, and here we have it. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to mark my armhole, which is 8 inches. Okay. So I'm extending that to have like this, like an L shape. So next I'm going to be marking my 1 inch shoulder slope. This was not really necessary anyways. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark my neck width and neck depth. Please, I used 2.75 for each. 2.75 for the width and 2.75 for the depth, and this is because it is a halter neck gown, like it has a margarine collar. All right. So we're connecting this back here. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to mark my bust point. My bust point is 10 inches, and I'm going to connect that. Once I do that, next I'm just going to go ahead and insert my bust measurement. So my bust is 35 divided by 4. We're having 8.75. I'm going to mark that down plus my 2 inches allowance. So once I do that, I will carry everything I have, including the allowance, to the hem area, like the down part of this gown. Please, as you're going about this video, please always make sure to read these write-ups that I put up here, as it's going to really help you a whole lot. Okay, so I connected that into a straight line. So next thing I'm going to be doing now is on the side of this gown, I'm going to go down 2 inches on the bust point, and then from the center point I'm marking 4 inches, and that 4 inches is my bust span. So I will connect these two lines together, because this is what I am going to close up to get my spread. So here I'm trying to shape the halter neck shape. So just from that point to this point, but just shape as it pleases you, like as you like. Do you understand? So I'm
So
shaping
next,
this. I'm going to be marking my back neck depth, which is 1 inch. Okay, please don't exceed 1 inch, because this is a margarine collar. So after doing that, I will just go ahead and cut out my pattern. So on this part around the armhole, I'm going ahead to just add half of an inch, because I'm either going to use a bias, I'm going to fold, so you need an allowance for that. So I'm cutting this all the way until the down part. So after doing that, I am going to be marking my bust span, and I will take that measurement all the way. My bust span is 8 inches divided by 2, that's 4. I'm taking that measurement all the way till the down. So I'm using my ruler to just connect it. You can see, just watch carefully. So I'm connecting that all the way to the down. So after doing that, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to use my scissors, and I will cut this through. I'm going to cut it and I will stop at the bust point. I'm not going to exceed the bust point. So once I do that, I will now come on the side and close it up. Okay, I will close that underarm dart, that 2 inches underarm dart. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm creating a crease line now, then I'm going to close that up. I will use my masking tape to secure it permanently. Can you see what I'm doing? So using my masking tape, I'm just going to secure this permanently, okay? Now you can see that it has helped us create a spread on that place. Then I'm going to fold my fabric into 2 places, and I'll place my pattern on it, center point on the part where you have the fold, and you're going to go ahead and pin. I'm cutting the back of this first before I'll go ahead and cut out the front. So here you can see me pinning this down to the fabric. And once I was done doing that, next thing I'm going to do is to turn this over so that we can mark the lines, like we can join the spread together. Okay, so here we're just going to join this like in a curve. Please carefully watch what I'm doing. I'm not joining this straight, I'm joining it like in a curve. On the side from the bust, I'm extending the flay even more. If you're okay with the flay you have, then you don't have to bother. But if not, please extend even more. I like flays. I like my flays bulky, so I had to extend more. So next I'm just going to go ahead and cut all of this. So after doing this, the next thing that's going to happen is that I'm going to unpin it so that you guys are going to see what it looks like. So when we unpin on the center back, the center neckline on the back, we are going to be marking 5 inches downwards, because we're trying to create an opening for our head to pass through, since this is a margarine collar, and our this dress is not going to have any zipper. Okay, it's not having a zipper, so we need to open up by 5 or 6 inches so that our head can really pass through. Can you see? I've opened that place up. So this is for the back. Now I'm going to fold in another fabric, and I will bring the front, and I'm going to place the front on that fabric, making sure the center point is also on the folded part. So here I am marking out the front neckline. I'm trying to take out the back neckline so that we can now have our front neckline. Like I said when I started this video, make sure you are reading all of these write-ups that I'm putting out in this video. So I will just go ahead and pin this down, and I'll do the exact same thing I did for the back. You see, I'm going to connect the 2 lines together. I'm connecting those 2 spreads together. And I'm also on the side also, I will do the same thing that I did for the front. Okay. So I'm going to, there's no actual measurement that I used for that. I just, for my bust area, I will just cut it, like connect all the way down. Can you see? So that we have like a flay. That gives me even more volume, but you can go ahead and skip this path if you want. It's not a must. So I'm unpinning this, and I'm marking down where my back, because this fabric, I don't even know the back and the front. So this is the back of my dress, and this is the front of my dress. So next thing is to go ahead and cut the long strap that we're going to, the long pleats, sorry, that we're going to be needing. So you're going to be measuring the down path of your gown. So I got 20 inches, and when I divide that by, sorry, when I multiply that by 2, I have 40 because it's on fold actually. So this means we're having like 40 in the front and 40 for the back, making that 80. So to get the pleats on the down part, you are either going to be multiplying that 20 by 3 or multiplying it by 4. Do you get? To for a big, like enough volume, or you can go ahead and just multiply by 2.5 if you don't want it too full. Then I added like an extra 1.5 inches to that for my hem and joining, of course. Okay, so here is my pocket. There are no special things I do on my pocket, so just that my pocket width is 8 inches. So the depth, whatever you want, but I use 9 inches for this, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut it out. And I need 4 pieces of this, so I already have 2 here. I'm going to cut out another 2 for my pocket, so that's making it 4. So this is my margarine collar. Yeah, the fabric I'm going to be using for my margarine collar. So first I'm going to be drafting a straight line. The part that is coming towards me is where I'm going to be using for my center. Okay, so my margarine, my round neckline is 14 inches. Just in case you do not know the round neckline of your client, I think 16 inches is a neckline, round neckline that works for most people. So 14, you divide that by 2, that's 7, because we are assuming that our paper is on fold. So I'm marking a straight line, and yeah, where I'm going to be inserting what I need. So I'm going to be inserting that 7 inches for my neckline. I would divide that into 2, like I'm going to get the midpoint, which is 3.5, and I'm going to mark that. Then on that 7 inches line, I'm going to be going up by 1 inch. We're trying to create the curve for this margarine collar or bishop collar. Okay, so once I do that, I'm using my curve and I'm going to be connecting it back into the center point of that 7 inches. And the moment I do that, next thing I'm going to be doing is just to mark 1.5 inches upwards all the way onto the length of this margarine collar. So if you don't want yours as bold, I'm sure you saw the video earlier. So if you don't want yours as bold as mine, you can go ahead and use 1 inch or maybe 1.25. But I like the way mine is. I like my margarine really coming up for some, like, especially for this dress. There are some dresses where I might want it, smaller. But for this, I like the way it is. So after doing that, you're connecting with a curve, and then you will extend your line into a straight line around that 7 inches length. So extend your line into a straight line, and once you do that, you will come inwards by 1/2 inch. And this is because the sitting of your neck is actually bigger than the upper part. So this 1/2 inch coming inwards by 1/2 inch reduces the measurement for the upper neckline so that it becomes even more firm. So the marking I'm giving here is that you're going to be cutting this on fold. That part is the center part. We're cutting that on fold. Then we'll bring in our fabric. This means this is for center, cut on fold. So we'll bring in our fabric and we're going to cut this out, adding 1/2 inch all around this pattern. And we're going to cut this too, but on the fabric. So 1/2 inch around the pattern, and we go ahead and just cut this out. Cut, 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 cut. Oh my god. I don't have a music yet, guys. So if I had the music, I'll just be playing it. Maybe I'm going to have to create a music for my channel. Yes. So I'm cutting that, and I'll still cut this again. That's 2 pieces. Like I said, we're going to be having this in two places. Remember that it is on fold, so that when you open it, you have a full piece of it. So we are cutting for the next one. So guys, please, If you've not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe now, please. And make sure you hit the notification bell so that YouTube is going to notify you every time that I post a new video. If you've been a subscriber and always coming to watch my video, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. If you're joining us for the first time, you are welcome to this place. And we hope that you continue to be a member of the family after watching this video. So please click on the subscribe button, click notification bell. So here I'm going to be marking the line for my pocket. So my pocket is going to be 18 inches from the shoulder. So I'm going to be marking 18 inches from the shoulder, and I'm going to go ahead and notch. I'm notching the 18 inches that I want for my shoulder. Next, I'm going to be placing this on it. So my fabric is actually right side, like the right side of the fabric facing up. And then I'm placing the pockets on it. So I place the pocket and yeah, I'm pinning it. I do the same thing for the other side. I pin it down also. I go ahead and sew them together. So I have sewn it, you can see. I've sewn it to the dress, you can see. Then right side facing each other, we are going to close the sides, the two sides. And we are going to be using this to bias the neckline. I think let's go do that first. So we use our bias to just finish off the neckline and the back area. Okay, I've gone ahead to do that. I've finished that off. Sorry guys, this is the color that I have available, the color of bias. So since it was not going to show in the front, I just said let me use it. There was no way I would have left this tutorial halfway to go and get a bias or whatever. So please pardon me. So I've put them together and now I'm going to go ahead and close it up. So I'm using 1 inch to close this up basically. So I'm just marking 1 inch all the way down. And then I'm going to exceed this pocket by like half of an inch. Yeah, I'll exceed it by half of an inch and then I will mark, can you see the way my hand is going? I'm going to mark half inch because that's what I'm going to use to close it, like how I'm going to sew it. That's how you see me marking it. So my pocket opening is 6 inches from that half inch I'm going to mark 6 inches, and I will just connect this back to that 6 inches, and I will now enter back into my dress and continue one inch all the way until the down. So this is how I'm going to sew. You can see all the way and then down. Same thing for the other side. I've done that. You can see what it looks like. This dress is coming together. Yep. Okay, so this is the pocket now. This is what the pocket is like. Yeah. So you can see that 6 inches makes it easy for you. Like, no matter how big your hand is, 6 inches, it will pass 6 inches. It can't be more than. There's nobody who their wrist is more than 12. Nobody. More than 10 self. So we're going to now go ahead and pleat the down part to this dress. You can see I did not close one side. I left one side open for my pleats. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, take this to the machine and pleat it. After pleating, I will just go ahead and hem the down part. Take it to my weaving machine and weave everything to look clean. Clean. If you don't have a weaving machine, just continue your sewing. Later, you can go and just do it in the public market. So here we are done, and this is what the down part looks like. You can see it's actually really full. Me, I used 3 inches. I multiplied that 80 by 3 inches. By 3, not 3 inches. Don't mind me, guys. I multiplied it by 3, not 3 inches. So I've hemmed the down part. So I turned it over. So you see what the front looks like right now. Can you see? Yeah, so now we'll head over to the sewing machine so that we can add our margarine collar, also known as the bishop collar. So you need either you use your fabric to create your loop, or you can just use an elastic. I'm using an elastic and it is 1.5 inches in length because it's stretchy. So now I am going to go ahead and mark this half inch, like I'm going to mark where I want to sew. So I'll mark this all the way onto the other side, and remember I added half inch, so that's what I marked. Half inch is not showing, but that's what I marked, half inch all the way around. And I'm going to go ahead and just pin this down. Yeah, please pin it down, because if you don't pin it down, I don't know how you want to cope with sewing it. Me, I like to pin things like this down. So I've pinned that down. And then on one side, I'm now going to put the our loop. I'm using an elastic, like I said. You can still use your fabric and create it if you don't want to use an elastic. I'm folding it into two and I'm placing it on top of one of it. So you can use your pin to secure that, or if you can sew that without using your pin to secure, fine. I was able to sew mine without using my pins. So this is what it looks like. You secure that first before you can now go ahead and start sewing the half inch. So I will sew half inch all the way around towards the top line. We're not sewing the down part where we're joining to the neckline of the gown. No, we're not. So I'm done sewing. I'll just go ahead and add little snips, or maybe you can just add notches and trim out, please. I don't like a lot of fabrics inside things like this, so I just usually trim out all of that excess, and then yeah, that's it. I'll just go ahead and notch and open that to the right side, take to my ironing table and iron this flat. So I've ironed this flat, see what it's looking like. So I'm just going to sew down the down part of this to secure it, so that when I'm adding it to the neckline of my gown, it's easy for me. Okay. So guys, again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that. I would really appreciate that, because that helps me, like, like sort of motivation to do more and more of this. You get? And if you've always been a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your presence. And if you just joined us for the first time, please endeavor to subscribe and be a part of the family. So I'm going to notch the center part of this neckline. And I'm also going to notch the center part of my gown. So the center part of my gown. And I'm going to just pin, my margarine collar, my bishop collar, center to center. Okay. So after I do that, there's something else I usually do anytime I'm making a halter neck gown. And this is to avoid any form of gape around that halter neck shape. Do you get? Most times around that armhole, when you don't do this, you just encounter this. So I'm taking out 0.25. I will just cut it out. I'll mark 0.25 and I will just trim that out. So that way, when you're done sewing, you're not going to have all those excesses like gaping around that armhole area. You get? So yeah, I've cut that out, and then I will go ahead and pin. I wanted to just make like fast forward this path, especially the back path, but I kind of decided I wanted you guys to see, especially the back path, what that is going to be like, because I don't know, for beginners who are here, they might not be able to know how to put this. So you can see now I am putting my margarine collar, and I'm putting it on the right side of my fabric. Okay, the right side of my fabric on the neckline. Then on the back, just watch what I'm doing carefully, especially if you're a beginner, just watch it carefully. So on the back, I'm going to just I will flip this over. Just watch what I'm doing. It's very easy. So I'm going to, can you see? So I flip this over and I go ahead and pin it. Usually I would have just fast tracked this path, but I said for my beginners, I love you guys. If I love everybody, you're beginner and not non-beginners. So I just had to like leave this path. So I'm going ahead and I'm just pinning. So if you get to that area where the front and back is joining on the shoulder and yours is overlapping, it's not even a problem at all. Mine overlapped and I think I even like it like that. it is actually, if it's not overlapping, fine. If it's overlapping, that's okay. So still watch. I'm doing the same thing again. So watch carefully again. This should be really easy. So you can see what I did first. I first aligned the two of them and then I will flip it. Good. Then I flipped it over. Can you see? Then I go ahead to pin. Very easy. That's, it's so easy. So I hope if you were not able to grab these the two times I did it, so maybe you can just go ahead and back forward this and watch again. So I'm pinning this. So this is what I mean. If you have like an extra, just overlap. But when you overlap, make sure your front is overlapping towards the back. Okay. Like make sure your back is overlapping the front. Yeah. That your back is overlapping the front. So I just go ahead and I will sew this down. As I sew, I take out my pins. As I sew, I take out my pins. Sometimes too, there is a place I get to. If the pin is not disturbing me, I'll just leave it and be going. But please don't be like me. Be taking out your pins. Just keep taking out. As you sew, you take out your pins. And I'm sewing on 1/2 inch. Remember we added round this round the pattern of this margarine collar is 1/2 inch. So that's what I'm sewing down by. When I sew, I arrange, I sew, I arrange, I sew, take out pins, arrange. That's what I basically did all the way. And yeah, I'm done. This is what it looks like. Very clean, very neat. So I went ahead to Sager it, like weave it. And then you can go ahead and add your buttons. Add your buttons, guys. Thank you so much for seeing this video. I really, really do appreciate. So this is the final outcome of this gown, and I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so that YouTube will notify you every time that I post a new video. You can wear this gown like this, or you can go ahead and use the belt and wear it. So creating the belt is just get a long strap and turn it over. That's it. Or you can use any kind of belt like I just did to wear yours. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate. And if this video was helpful, please like, share, comment, give me a thumbs up, whatever, to just encourage me. Thank you, guys. Bye.